announced that the Velma character would be reimagined, and people were not happy. There's a lot of like, so not Velma.
But why did she do that? Why did she change Velma? Like,
No, she should feel like complete shit.
you feel like she should feel like complete shit?
I'm not the type of person who thinks we should be nice to people when they do stupid things. That's just me personally. Like, do y'all agree? Like, we bring back bullying.
Couldn't imagine a really smart, nerdy girl with terrible eyesight who loved to solve mysteries could not be Indian.
Right.
Like, there are Indian nerds. That shouldn't be a surprise to people.
Is Mindy Kaling setting the South Asian community backwards? Everyone's been talking about Mindy Kaling's latest project, Velma, but the remade character Velma has gotten a lot of heat because it leans into a bunch of harmful stereotypes about Indian women. These types of tropes are no surprise because they are pretty much exactly what Mindy has done in the past. I'm Tej, and I happen to be a South Asian and a filmmaker. Mindy is someone I actually look up to. She's the biggest South Asian creator when it comes to these big budget productions in mainstream Hollywood. And someone like me dreams of being in a position like Mindy. I also think Mindy's story is commendable. She worked for this. She started as a production assistant and she eventually made her way to her big break, starting on The Office as the only woman on a staff of 14 at the time, when an Indian person having a major role on TV was very rare. And I think given the power and the seat Mindy has in Hollywood...
He said the only woman of a staff of 8.
I think
he referring to
The Office, probably.
To the people behind the camera?
Or in front?
Pam.
Maybe it was only 8. Yeah, cast. I think he meant to say cast of 8. Because it's Pam, Jim...
But then she's not the only girl.
But he's talking about South Asian, like even of color. Like there wasn't really any black.
Oh, he should have said that then. He said the only woman of a cast of 8.
South Asians look at Mindy like this beacon of hope. And I think if we criticize her enough, she might make a character that we actually want to see on screen. But maybe we're putting our expectations in the wrong place. I'm not defending the harmful stereotypes in her work, but I'm saying that maybe we can't expect someone to different reality than us. My point is, maybe these stories aren't hers to write, but mine and yours. How many South Asians do we know that are aspiring writers or filmmakers? We come from so many different places and our experiences are so different, but I just think not enough of us telling our stories. So if you're someone that feels when you watch something about our people and you feel like it's wrong and it's not your reality or it's not your experience, maybe that's your sign to start telling your own stories.
Here's the thing about this, right? I could understand where he's coming from when he's talking about not having many people on like the South Asian side. First off, Bollywood is popping. Bollywood is popping. They make more films than anybody in the United States. I could understand how some people would be like, we don't get represented. But I think it's different for stuff like South Asians because your representation is massive overseas to the point where I've watched Bollywood films in movie theaters before. So I'm not gonna try to discredit how they feel about their, their properties and their people. That's not what I wanna do. So when it comes to like Mindy Kaling, right? I could understand where she's coming from, where she starts to talk about her own life experience as like a kid growing up. Like, you're like the only Indian girl. So it's like you might feel some type of way about certain things. I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't all the way fault Mindy Kaling.
I do.
You do? Why is that?
She had full creative control of this. There was no reason, but she could have literally created her own character.
Like, it's just internalized pain, bro. I've been watching Velma. I'm on episode 3. I had to stop, I'm gonna be honest with you, because I just got bored of it. I don't think it deserves the hate that it's been getting. All of the hate that it's been getting is unnecessary. People are review bombing it to 1.
You wanna know why I disagree with you? You stopped watching it.
No, I did stop watching it, but it's like, it still follows basic story structure. It is trying to be different. Like, people are upset. It's supposed to be an edgier version. It's supposed to be like the Harley Quinn show. I think the Harley Quinn show does what Velma's trying to do way better, like a million times better. But I'm a hardcore Batman fan. I'm not mad at the way they portrayed Batman. I get it's satire. I get it's a joke. They do the whole white man thing, and that sometimes it's cringy. With Velma, it's just annoying because it feels like it's trying a little bit too hard. It still has character motivations. It still has an overarching thing. So it's like, there's the people that are upset about Velma that are also South Asian, and they're like, yo, this is all she does. Like, this is getting annoying. I understand them. But then there's also people that are like, this is not the Scooby-Doo property, and I also understand them. I'm not a hardcore Scooby-Doo fan, so I could watch it and just be like, I'm just here for the vibes, you get what I'm saying? But y'all also just hating just to hate. I give it a solid 4. I'm not gonna give it a 1, but but I can give it a 4 out of 10. All I'm saying is that you got to give it a little bit more credit.
Me personally, a 4 sounds exactly like a 1 to me.
People are going to watch it and be upset about the identity politics. I get it because
I'll give this a 1.
You'll give the show a 1.
I'll give it a 1.
Did you watch the show?
I'll give She-Hulk a 4. I feel like She-Hulk's at least finishable.
I just saw Mindy Kaling say that, like, the criticism of the show is, like, racist and shit, which just, like, there's, like, a few psychos out there who are saying, like, racist stuff, but, like, that's on them. Although, making Shaggy black feels racist. I'm sorry. That just, like, that was questionable at best and really messed up at the most. But, like, genuine criticism of the show is about, like, the plot, the characters, storylines,
that's what I'm saying.
Character development, like that's genuine criticism. You can't just call racism ungenuine criticism because it's genuine criticism of the show. The show's not good. It's just from like everything I've heard.
Did you get to the scene where Shaggy's cringiness evaporates the ghost?
Yeah, of him trying to confess his love to her and stuff. Yeah.
And that's not one star plot right there. 1 star writing.
Her self-esteem is in the gutter. She's super insecure. So her thinking that Shaggy is serious about it, it makes sense that she's panicking. So she sees his feelings for her as a joke. Whereas like, that's not a thing. And I'm also not interested in him. So she invalidates his feelings, yes, but it's also because she invalidates her own feelings. I'm not even trying to get super deep or whatever into it, but it's like, that's just what it is. So I saw like on Twitter, people were complaining about, that's not how a panic attack works. It's like, bro, it's a fucking cartoon. Like, it's a cartoon.
Still not how a panic attack works.
It's not how a panic attack works, but it's like, are we really here for real? Like, I just guess what I'm trying to say is like, people are picking and choosing. Like, when I'm criticizing the show, I'm legit talking about the writing. So yeah, I don't think it is good writing. But at the same time, let's not nitpick here. Let's talk about what the real problem is. And I don't know if maybe because people don't...
Did you laugh? At least once.
That's a good question. It's supposed to be a funny show. No, I don't think I laughed. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's a good way to shut me up. Yeah.
Multiple people of color, black people, white people, everything. Everyone just kind of unanimously agrees.
She also attacks white people a lot in this one.
Yeah.
It's a little annoying.
I seen those clips.
Yeah, it's actually a little annoying because like Harley Quinn again, they do that too. But it's more of a like...
They pick on everybody, though.
Exactly.
Everybody got it.
Exactly.
I can't think of one... I can't really think of a white joke. I think Harley may have said...
No, she makes like rich white man jokes about Batman. She does stuff like that, like privileged and all that stuff. She makes jokes like that, but it's never super
which is
saturated.
Oddly weird because she's just as privileged as him. But
and I think
okay.
I think she jokes about her own self too, though.
It's not a good show. It's not good dialogue. It's like very bad and cringy, and it's not good, and it's not got a good representation of the Scooby-Doo characters. You can't just call racism when people have like genuine criticisms of a show that's like so fucking messed up.
Even if they're reimaginings, they should still feel like those characters.
And so
they shouldn't just have the names.
So here's my thing, right? I'm not. What she was trying to do is ambitious. It fell flat on her face. Mm-hmm. I could see Fred being the type of character that he is, that she creates. I could see Velma. I could see Shaggy or Norville. And what's Shorty's name? The one that was a baddie all the way through? Daphne. I could see them being who they are in the show. I could see that reimagining. Again, I don't think that's the problem. I think people have a personal issue with Mindy Kaling, but then on top of that she also so heavy-handedly throws in her own personal shit into it. And it's just like, bro, as an artist, you're allowed to throw your own personal shit into it, but it's like, this is unbearable. This is annoying. And then again, the whole thing of asking, did you laugh? It's just not funny. The only thing I could compare it to is the Harley Quinn show. Because even down to the art style, it feels like that. But like, it just feels quiet. It feels empty. It doesn't feel like a complete packaged, put together show. It's like somebody wrote a first draft of something. You gave an unfunny person a comedy. Like, Yeah, bro. I just think Mindy Kaling is just
She's
the
just
wrong
bad.
writer. Yeah, the wrong creator for the show.
The internet seriously hates the newest Scooby-Doo spin-off animated series, Velma, and here's why. So Velma was first announced in February 2021, and at this point, Mindy Kaling was both producing and starring in the show. So in the same year, Mindy Kaling went on Seth Meyers' late night show and basically said that the response to the show was super positive until Velma's ethnicity was announced. In this new show, Velma Dinkley is an Indian girl, and other characters like Shaggy and Daphne are also not portrayed.
Because it's like, why, bro? That's the thing. Like, I'm watching the show, and it's like, I'm not mad at it, and I can see the direction they're going in. But it's like, why? You could have made, like,
I wouldn't even been mad at Black Shaggy, to be honest.
No. You know what it is? Because I'm trying to reword it. I'm not mad at a South Asian Velma. I am mad. Like, you got to pick one. I think that's really what it is. You can't pick two.
You can't change.
You're going to try to change characters up. You can't do all of them.
One.
And I think that's the problem. Like, if I'm really going to think about it, bro, look at that picture right there, bro. Daphne and Fred on first appearance, I'm not mad at it. You feel me? It's an origin story. Cool. They are who they are. Who is Norville, bro? Who is Norville? So I would be pissed. If I'm a hardcore Scooby-Doo fan, I would be pissed. I'm not a hardcore Scooby-Doo fan, so I could look at it from like an objective point of view or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's like, bro, I would be a little bit more open to Velma being darker if Norville wasn't either. And it has nothing to do with race. It just starts to really make me feel like, why are you really create, like you said, create your own characters at that point. Make a whole different show at that point. And I get it, existing IPs, get more views and stuff like that. But you are on a very big platform. HBO Max is not a small platform. You could have created your own show and build from there. Think of Primal. That's an original property, huh?
Wasn't nobody gonna watch that shit?
What, an original Mindy Kaling project?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this is not an uncommon reaction from fans when a beloved character changes to include diverse audiences. But though the commentary around Velma was pretty much racist prior to its release, the majority of viewers now actually just think the show is bad.
Yeah.
Many are criticizing it for its failed attempt at youth humor, and they're saying that the script is full of jokes that tread the line of transphobic, sexist, and offensive, whilst also
It's trying too hard to be edgy, and it's just not. It's just poor execution.
trying to celebrate diversity at the same time. The series is also receiving criticism from the South Asian community, with many creators expressing disappointment with how the show represents its community. Creators are disappointed that Mindy Kaling has used Velma as a way to highlight Indian stereotypes, including hating their culture and making fun of their food.
I'd be mad at that shit too, bro. I'd be pissed too.
I wouldn't be mad at it.
You don't think so? Why? Because Boondocks? Boondocks does it in a better way, though.
I was about to say, like, feel me? How many times Boondocks had a whole episode about fried chicken?
Nah, but it's different, though. It's different. Or you know what? Nah, let's talk about it. You're right. When I watch Boondocks, though, Riley is like the grounding point. Riley is not Riley. Huey is the grounding point almost for the way everybody.
He's his own stereotype.
Yeah, he is his own stereotype. But everyone has their own stereotype to the point where it's grounded. With this one, it's just a one-sided stereotype. So there is no balance.
I get you.
You get what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't need another analogy. I think the Boondocks is a good enough analogy. You got Stinkmeaner, you got Granddad, you got everybody. So it's like the show becomes its own character as a whole, as opposed to Velma.
Where
she is just talking shit about herself.
Every character carries every stereotype.
And body hair. And it's definitely a pattern that South Asian creators on TikTok have noticed with Mindy Kaling's work, including Sex Lives of College Girls, Never Have I Ever, and the Mindy Project. As to why Velma is so bad, there are a few theories out there. The most popular being that Velma is actually sacrificial trash. The term was originally coined by YouTubers Sarah Z and Lady Emily, but it basically means it's a piece of media that tries to pander young audiences with woke
Sarah
identity
Z
politics
and
to
Lady
cover up how
Emily.
mediocre it is, which in turn
You laughing at the names? You don't fuck with they names?
That's just hilarious, bro.
creates a chaotic
Gen Z
feedback loop
names.
of online discourse. In the case of Velma, some online critics actually think that the show was made deliberately bad to get people online talking about it and boost its SEO.
No. Like
I heard that.
It's like I could understand that from a marketing perspective, but it's like that hurts your brand. It's not like you're gonna get more subscribers off of it. Yeah, you got a lot of views, but it's like that drop-off rate is gonna be insane. I don't think they did that on purpose, bro.
They looking for the Kim K effect.
Yeah, no, that drop-off rate is crazy.
There's no denying that Velma might deserve its fair share of criticism, but with only 2 episodes being released right now, and backlash coming from right-wing online spaces, it's important to consume the scrutiny with a critical eye as we wait for the rest of the series to unfold.
It was dropping weekly.
Yeah.
The audacity.
That's what I'm saying. Like, like, she's right on that. Like, it is, like, one side that's super heavy-handed on this shit. And then there's another side that's just not, that doesn't care as much. So I'm not gonna leave a review. I don't care that much. You get what I'm saying?
If something's that bad, I'm gonna let it be known.
What do you guys think about this whole Velma Mindy Kaling controversy? Personally, I think everybody should go into this show with a balanced point of view. You might come out not liking it, but I don't think it's worth the 1-star review on IMDb, for example. Like, I just think that's unfair.
I think she deserves all the bullying she gets.
I like to look at things
that'll
from a
give her
balance.
some inspiration to actually give us something worth watching.
Just switch up your writing style, switch it up. But I think the issue comes down to an unfunny person taking on something that should have been funny. And if you gave it to anybody else, it would have worked. But for her, she's just the wrong person for the job. So comment down below, what do you guys think? And we'll see you in the next encounter.
Peace.